The rear wheels, they so tight. What I did, I put the four-way and I'm using this strap to hold the four-way straight. And I'm using this long pipe, and this helped me break the nuts loose. I ended up moving the dump truck to this area over here because it's more level. Also, it's gives me plenty of room in case I need to use the tractor to lift anything. I discovered this wheel over here, the only wheel the emergency brake work with. The other one continue to spin with the emergency brake applied. Hopefully it's just adjustment thing. There's evidence of leak on both rear wheels. I will take them apart and inspect everything. This one over here has tapered bushing to make sure this over here it's distribute the load on all these studs, and they applied a lot of silicone. I know they rebuilt this rear end before I bought the truck, so we'll see. I just need to get a hammer and tap it over here. This is what I'm talking about. When you tie the knot, it has tapered space over here, so this will push and it will distribute the load equally into this. So it not only use the clamping force of the bolt, but it also distribute the load on the bolt from here to the back on this, because this one, when you tie it, it will close on the stud. They chewed on this nut. There is a lot of damage. Look like they used chisel and a hammer to tie it up. There's metal shaving. Yeah, you hear that? I hate when mechanics do that. They always should use the proper tools when work on something to prevent this from happening. There's another piece of metal. This axle nut, 3.5 inches. I called some auto store around here. They don't have it. They don't sell it or rent it. I look online, it's available. It costs about 30 bucks. However, it takes a week for it to arrive. And I need to get this done as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and build my custom socket to fit this nut. I'll put it in separate video. Please stay tuned for that. Please, if you are a mechanic or do this kind of work, don't use chisel and hammer. Get the right socket or build the right socket to do the job with. Because this is dangerous. If you try to use the chisel and you don't torque it right, this wheel will come off. This over here is the jam nut that keeps the one inside tight. The one inside, it's hand tight because you need to have a plate in the bearing. All the load on this one. This keeps the other nut tight and keep the bearing and keep this hub in place. So don't just rely on the chisel and hammer. Make sure you torque everything to specification so you don't have any accident. And you prevent this from happening. There is a lot of metal shaving inside here. I believe they attempt to remove this hub and they couldn't get this loose. And that's what all these metal come from. Look at this metal. I believe this is a piece of chisel. This over here, the keeper to keep the other nut from spinning out. As you see, it received some damage from the chisel and hammer. I'll see if they sell this part and the other nut, I'll buy them. If not, I'm going to ground them flat so they will allow me to torque everything to specification. Yeah, look at this. There is no mechanic should leave metal shaving in a bearing environment like this or anywhere. They always should clean any metal shaving because this will damage this. The person who sold me this truck, he said they repair the differential. And I actually met the mechanic when I was buying the truck. And when he started talking, I know immediately he had no business being a mechanic. So I had it in my mind, once I have the truck over here, I will dismantle this and inspect everything. And good thing I did. The wheel is spinning fine, but good thing I catch this one. Since the mechanic did this repair, I think they repaired the rear end over there. There's only been 120 miles. That's how long it took me to drive the truck to this place. The other nut in excellent shape. That's what they tried to do. They tried to lose this and they couldn't. So they left all this metal shaving and then they put the cover back on. You see this nut has this pin over here. It's part of it. And when you torque everything to specification, you locate the hole that will match. And then when you tie the other nut on top of this will prevent this from coming off. And this nut in good shape. So that's mean they couldn't open the other nut. That's why they didn't use chisel and hammer on this one. More metal. Yeah, the bearing is damaged. This part over here broke. I may have to loosen the brake inside. There is 2 adjusters to be able to pull this out. We'll see. It may pull out. Let us open the other side and see what's going on. I removed the drive shaft. They didn't do anything over here. They're not still in good shape. Yeah, this washer in good shape. This nut also in good shape. This bearing look in good shape. I cleaned around the adjuster on the other side and I saw how they operate, and I was able to loosen both ends, the top and the lower, and I think I'm ready to pull this out. Those adjusters, you're supposed to have them loose so you could insert and remove this, but once you get it in, then you tie them until the shoe will touch this, and then you lose them little bit. So when you drive, this doesn't get hot, but when you apply brake, then the brake shoe will touch this and stop the truck. I'll clean all this with diesel, and once I have everything clean and inspected, then I come right back. I am going to remove the rust over here so the new drum will fit easy. I want to make sure I'm not going to remove any metal because this will cause the brake drum to wobble. I want it to have a perfect fit, but I also want to be able to remove it easy. I'm also going to make sure this area over here is flat. The other hub, it had a ridge built over here. I already took care of it. I filed it like this. This way the cut will be straight. I'm going to clean it. After I clean it with the file over here in the corners, then I will hit it with the sandpaper. And then I'll hit it with the wire brush on the drill to make it uniform and make sure if there's any rust left, the drill will take it off. I also need to clean the rust over here where the oil seal will see it. Make sure don't hit the race for the bearing with sandpaper. This will generate unwanted noise when the vehicle driving. I'm just removing the rust. I don't need to pack this with the grease a lot because this will be lubricated with gear oil from the differential. I bought two new outer bearings. The original one was damaged. Also, the outer nut was damaged. I was able to find two new ones. Also, the washer is damaged. I'm going to replace the other side too. I found two on eBay. I'm going to use the nut with the dimple over here. And this should be to the outside. And then I have to torque this to 200 foot-pound. If you set dial indicator from here to here, it should read between 1,000 to 5,000 of inch. It feels right. I'll go ahead and do the other side. Now I'm ready to install the axle shafts. The longer one is the right side or the passenger side, and the short one on the left side or the driver's side. This is supposed to have gasket. It's very thin aluminum. However, they're expensive and there is no need to. There's a lot of space over here for the axle to go inside the side gear. So I'm just going to apply silicone. I already cleaned this before, but I want to make sure the silicone will stick. it get one of these bushing. It goes first, then a lock washer, and then a nut. The driver's side, I'm missing a nut. I'm gonna go buy one. I'm done with both sides. I'm going to allow the silicone to dry till tomorrow morning, and then I'll fill it with gear oil and install the drums. I also installed the drive shaft after I cleaned it and lubricated the U-joint. All the way to the transmission. They sell the right size nut at the auto store, and I already installed it over here. I'm going to apply a thin film of anti-seize. If I need to extract the drum next time, it should come out easy. Just thin film. You don't want this stuff to get on the brake shoes or inside the drum and affect the performance of the brake. If you are reusing the old drums, make sure to hit them with the wire brush. Remove all the rust. The two surfaces, they need to be clean and flat so you don't get wobble in the drum. Perfect. My back blade is perfect. I have good clearance, about 3/16 of inch. The shoe doesn't rub. I'm gonna go ahead and install the other side and then put some nuts over here to tie this in place. and I will continue installing the rest of it and the adjustment and all that. Six and a quarter inch. The idea of this, this is 10,000ths of inch oversize. I believe this axle shaft is aftermarket. I'm going to get the grinder and grind this. I'm not going to remove this to install, the drum. I need to make sure I be able to install the drum without messing with this for a future maintenance to this truck. When I started working on the rear axle, I thought originally I'm going to disassemble, clean, inspect, and reinstall everything, and I could put all this information in a single video. However, after I dismantled everything, I discovered a few issues, and I ended up spending more time doing the repair. There will be several videos coming after this one showing each individual repair I did to the rear axle and to the brake system. I hope someone finds this information useful. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support, and I'll see you later. Take care.